The void swallowed the world. Only one fortress survived, not because of the army, but because of me. I don't fight. I don't kill. As long as I stay clean and happy, the monsters won't touch us. A battle mage called me a useless parasite and kicked me straight into the shadow spawn horde. She thought she was saving humanity. Instead, she woke the monster queen. When the shadow spawn horde hit, everyone was up on the wall, feeding power into the arcane defenses. I was on the sidelines, sipping honey tea to calm my nerves. Rachel Stone rushed to slap the cup from my hand. Seizing my hair, she dragged me toward the edge.
Everyone is bleeding to hold the defenses. What makes you special? If you're a mage, get to the front and kill these freaks!
Rachel, please. I hate pain, and my magic doesn't work like that.
Bullshit! You're just a useless, spoiled coward!
Before I could even react, I was kicked over the edge. I crashed into the mud, my moon silk robes instantly soaked in filth.
You're a damn joke! Take a good look. That's reality. This isn't your little princess tea party.
I was forced to stare at the writhing shadow spawn horde. They were less than 500 meters from the wall. Kale said I was the last spark of holy light left in this world. My magic was the divine ward. As long as I stayed happy and clean, everyone inside was safe. But now I was covered in mud, my robes torn. The shadow spawn caught my scent and turned their dead, pale eyes on me. Hiss, low, guttural snarls echoed through the horde.
Rachel, I can't. My magic isn't made for fighting.
Kale, don't try to hide behind the commander. Still lying? Can't get dirty? You're just a spoiled little coward. Today you're gonna see some blood. Prove it. Go kill one!
Shoved outside the safe zone, I slipped and fell. I was less than 50 meters from the nearest shadow spawn. It was a former noble, missing half its skull, making a sickening clicking noise in its throat. As it dragged itself toward me, I shut my eyes and braced for the end. 1 second. 2. Pain never came. Instead, everything went dead silent. I shakily opened my eyes. The shadow spawn had stopped 10 meters away, frozen in place. My robes were dirty, but the holy light still clinging to me hadn't faded yet. They still didn't dare touch me.
You all saw that, right? They're nothing! See? I called it. These things are weak, and she had you all fooled.
No! It's because I'm here! They don't dare move when I'm here! Let go of me! I need to bathe and change, or the divine ward will disappear?
Bath?
The mages gathered around, magic bread still in their hands. Kale used to keep them in line. Now the jealousy was spilling out.
Everyone, listen up! This is the saint you've all been feeding. I threw her right in front of the monsters, and they didn't do a damn thing. So that's it? Those shadow spain out there aren't half as scary as she made them sound. We got played! She's been using your fear to mooch off all of you. A parasite like this? She deserves whatever's coming to her.
Yeah, I saw it too. The monsters really didn't move. So were we lied to this whole time?
There was never any divine ward?
Damn it, I almost got torn apart trying to find her a dawn blossom last time.
No.
Still lying? You care that much about looking pretty? About staying clean? Fine. Let's fix that.
What are you doing? No! Kyle gave that to me!
I screamed, lunging to grab my robes back. It wasn't just clothing. It was the anchor for my holy power, my only source of safety.
Kale, Kale. Can you even survive without a man? This is the apocalypse. Fighters survive, not weak women like you.
Her blade flashed. My pristine robes were shredded into scraps, left shivering in nothing but a thin silk underrobe. I felt the humiliation burn worse than the cold. A few whistles and jeers echoed from the crowd as the male mages raked their eyes over my skin.
What are you looking at?
Rachel kicked a dark bundle at me. A priest's robe caked in grease and black blood, its collar crusted with rotting flesh, reeking of the void.
Put it on. Robert died in that robe yesterday.
My stomach turned. I had always been a clean freak. That was how my holy power worked. If I put on something that filthy, stained with void rot, the divine ward would be tainted for good.
I won't wear it. Please get me something clean.
Clean? Where do you think we are? Oh, now you're pushing it! Fine! Stay naked!
The death-soaked fabric was forced over my head. In that exact second, I felt the light inside me completely snuff out. My heart stopped. That was the warning sign of holy power collapsing. The shadow spawn horde was coming back.
Did you hear that? Something's wrong out there. Get everyone to the shelter, now!
Rachel shook me off with one kick. She glanced up, then snorted.
Cut the crap, that's thunder. What, you scared of thunder now? You see this? This is your saint. A little dirt and she's already a sobbing mess. From now on, she's Survivor Leech. That's the purification zone. Get in there and scrub every last bloody rag. No food till it's done.
A cheer broke out through the crowd.
Mage Rachel, please! The girl can't do that work. The purification zone is full of void-tainted clothes. One cut and the rot sets in. If you need someone, take me. I'll do the washing.
You old bastard. Who the hell asked you? If you're that desperate to play hero. If you care about her so damn much.
Rachel stomped down and snapped old Arthur's shin.
Uncle Arthur!
I rushed over to help him up, but Rachel grabbed my hair and yanked me back up.
This is what happens when you defy me. Anyone else want to beg for her? See that? This is on you. You got his leg broken, that's the sin of being weak.
I hate you. You'll regret this. You're going to pay for this!
Throw him out. If he can't work, he's out.
No! He's the gardener. He can still grow the magic crops. You can't do this!
Grow crops? Anyone with 2 hands can do that.
Kid, you gotta live. You hear me? You gotta live.
No!
Something in me died. I felt nothing. Not fear. Not pain. Just hate. If none of you wanted the holy light, then you could all go to hell with me. They dumped me in the purification zone. Smelled like bleach and blood, with rot hanging in the air. Basins were everywhere, full of bloody clothes soaking in black-red water. My hands were numb, covered in sores. Purifying fluid had eaten through my skin. I kept scrubbing anyway. All I could see was Arthur looking back at me.
Leech! Move it!
The guard at the door used to sneak me magic roses. Now he looked at me like I was filth. If I didn't finish the wash, their dinner got cut in half. She knew exactly how people worked.
2 more pieces.
An earthquake?
Another blast hit. The wall sounded like it was splitting apart. Then the level 1 alarm started wailing. I stumbled up and fell straight back into the dirty water. I knew it was here. The Void Lord the Divine Ward had held back for 3 years. I pulled myself up and looked out the window. The outer wall was torn wide open, and shadow spawn were pouring in. Out front, a bone crusher giant led the charge. Every blow killed someone. Screams, spells, and roars crashed together. A minute ago, they were laughing at me. Now they were running.
Help! The shadow span are inside! What the hell is going on? Why are they this strong? We can't hold them! Run! Move!
I watched it all and laughed till tears ran down my face.
This is what you asked for.
This was you, wasn't it? You brought them down on us! Shadow Spoon don't just go feral like this! What the hell did you do?
I told you. I'm the saint.
Screw your saint. They want you? Fine. You can draw them off!
What are you doing?
Doing? I'm hanging you from the holy pillar. Aren't the shadow speen drawn to magic? Let them feast on you while the rest of us get away.
She dragged me through the crowd. One man finally broke.
Mage Rachel, wait, we can't do this!
Back off! If you want to live, you do what I say. One dies, the rest make it out. Is that a hard call for you?
No one answered. Some looked away. Some stepped in and pinned me down.
Sorry, kid. We want to live.
I looked at their faces. Cold, empty. The last warmth in me was gone. These were the people I kept alive for 3 years? What a joke. They dragged me under the mage tower and bound me with a thick rope. Then the winch lifted me into the air. The wind threw me back and forth. Below me, rotting hands reached up, while the bone crusher giant beat its chest. I hung there, staring at the blood-red sky. Only one thought stayed in my head.
Kale, where are you? You said you'd protect me.
It worked! The Shadowsbane are all going for her!
An enchanted war truck ripped through the shadow spawn and roared into camp. The holy guns on top tore through the shadow spawn, slammed to a stop under the mage tower. The door flew open.
It was Cal!
The whole camp froze. Even the shadow spawn slowed. Rachel forced a smile and pointed at me.
You're back just in time. I found this woman is a traitor. She lured the shadows here. I was about to execute her.
He didn't look at her. He looked up at me on the holy pillar, beaten, bloody, and barely conscious. In that moment, the knight who had never flinched finally broke. His eyes went red. His whole body shook.
Are you crazy? The shadows are still attacking. I executed this waste for the fortress. As the Lord, are you going to ignore everyone's lives for a woman?
Shut up!
The roar came from Marcus, the vice captain on the enchanted war truck. He looked at Rachel in horror.
You fool! You have no idea what you've done. Why do you think we worship her like a goddess? Why do you think Cain risked his life to find her robes and honey sweet tea? Is it for love? She was the only thing keeping this hell in check.
The rope at the top of the holy pillar gave way. Cale caught me midair and slammed into the ground on his back. Blood spilled from Cale's mouth. He checked for my breath. Then he froze.
Is it that big of a deal? It's just a dead woman.
She's not dead. But the lock is broken.
What lock?
Cale didn't answer. A warped smile pulled at his mouth. His eyes were ice cold.
Instructor Ray, don't you believe in the law of the jungle? Didn't you say that in the apocalypse there's no room for idlers, only the strong survive? Congratulations. You have unleashed the strongest monster in this world with your own hands.
The battlefield went silent. The shadow spawn stopped feeding. The shadow claw halfway through the breach froze in midair. Even the wind died. The closest shadow spawn's knees buckled. Thousands of them dropped at once. Bone crusher giants. Shadow claws. All of them. They turned toward the holy pillar and fell straight to their knees. Their heads slammed into the dirt. Their bodies shook. Low, broken whimpers rolled out of them.
That's not possible. I'm a materialist.
Cale held me and slowly stood up. My eyes were still closed. My body was covered in wounds. But my presence had changed. The warmth was gone, replaced by something crushing.
Everyone, kneel now! Lower your heads if you don't want to die! Do not look into her eyes!
The survivors dropped at once, shaking on the ground. Only Rachel was still standing.
Cut the crap. I don't buy it. Put her down! This has to be some evil thing controlling the Shadowsbane! Kill her, and this ends!
The bolt fired, but it never reached Cale. 3 yards from us, a massive claw shot out and caught the bolt midair. It was the Void Lord. Even with half its face blown off, it had moved in front of us. Its huge claw crushed the bolt. The Void Lord turned to Rachel. Its lone eye burned red.
How is this possible?
Cale looked at her and finally said the secret he had buried for 3 years.
You think there's a cure for the 𝑾𝒓𝒂𝒕𝒉? There never was. She is Zero. She is this new world's queen.
The whole camp fell silent. Even the survivors on the ground looked up at her in fear. Just moments ago, they had cursed her.
She's...
The Shadowspawn Queen?
3 years ago, the Void Rift split open. She was the first one it corrupted, but she was also the only one who made it through whole, perfectly evolved. She still had a human mind, human feelings, and human morals. As long as she still believed she was human, as long as she felt safe and felt loved, her holy light could calm the whole species. That was the so-called divine ward. I spent 3 years making her forget what she was. The robes, the honey tea. I pampered her into a sheltered little princess who knew nothing of the world. All of it was to keep the tyrant inside her asleep, the one that could burn this whole world down. But you broke her spell. You knocked over her sweet honey tea. You dragged her through the mud and shoved the ugliest truth in her face. You called her awake. So tell me,
Happy now?
The same people who used to whine that I got special treatment were shaking now. It wasn't privilege. It was a seal holding back a devil. She wasn't a burden. She was the only reason any of them were still breathing.
No, this isn't real. If she was really that powerful, why didn't she fight back before? Why let us do this to her?
Because she was scared that once she snapped, none of you would survive. So she kept holding back, even when you chained her to the holy pillets, for trash like you. But now it's too late, because you made her cry.
The moment he finished speaking, I slowly opened my eyes. My pupils had fully turned into pure golden slits, cold, regal, empty of all human feeling. There was only endless contempt for this world.
So loud.
Tens of thousands of shadow spawn roared as one. The sound rolled out in waves, shaking every pane of glass in the fortress until they all shattered.
She woke up.
It was surrender. It was goodbye. Goodbye to the little girl who loved sweet tea and being pampered. And welcome to the true ruler of the apocalypse.
Dirty.
Please, Monster Queen, please! We were just following Rachel's orders! I didn't know, I swear I didn't know, it's my fault!
I ignored them. My gaze passed through the crowd and landed on Rachel. She was still standing. Her legs were shaking.
What are you?
Wasn't I your little greenhouse flower? Weren't you the one who said I needed to see blood? Weren't you the one who said this was reality? Now I'll show you what real reality looks like.
In minutes, the fortress walls collapsed under the horde's assault. Every defense, every safe zone, gone. In an instant, all of it was wiped out. What remained was rubble, and a few hundred humans left out in the open before an endless wall of shadow spawn.
This is what the world looks like without my protection. You wanted everyone to be equal. Well, to them, you are. Because to them, you're all just magic. Kale, get old Arthur. We're leaving.
Kale rushed to old Arthur in the trash heap. He lifted the unconscious old man onto his back and fell in behind me.
Wait! You can't leave! You can't do this! You're human! You have a duty to protect us! I was wrong, okay? I said I'm sorry! Now make these monsters back off!
I stopped and looked back at her. My eyes were cold.
Duty? When you tore up my robe, where was that duty? When you hung me from the holy pillar like a banner, where was your talk about protection? When you shoved me aside like I was some freak, where was all this talk about humanity?
A cruel smile curled at my mouth.
Rachel, out here, greenhouse flowers don't last. So go on, show me how the strong survive out here.
I yawned.
Hungry.
The shadow spawn horde, which had been holding back its hunger the whole time, finally snapped. This time, I did not stop them. Their raw animal side came pouring out. The horde swallowed the survivors in seconds.
No! I'm a battle mage! I have power! Get off me! Get off!
Rachel slashed wildly with her enchanted dagger, cutting down the shadow spawn lunging at her. She was a power-type battle mage. One punch could crush a shadow spawn's skull. One slash could take off its neck, but none of it mattered. There were too many. Kill one, and 10 more took its place. They felt no pain. They feared no death. Even with half a body left, they still crawled forward to bite off one more piece of flesh.
Save me! Leech! Please! I didn't know who you were! I'll do anything! Please save me!
She reached for me, crying and screaming. Her face was covered in blood and tears. That untouchable arrogance was gone. I stood on a high ridge, watching. A ring of void lords circled around me. They blocked out the blood and the dust. Kale pulled out a flask of elven spring water, popped the cap, handed it to me.
Drink.
I took a sip.
Kale?
Here.
She's less loyal than a dog.
Rachel dragged it out for 10 whole minutes. 10 minutes of watching her crew get ripped to shreds. People she turned against me, all monster food now. By the end, she was only half a body, but still breathing, crawling in her own guts, staring up at me with dead eyes.
Why? I was right. The apocalypse shouldn't be easy.
You really want to know?
I walked over and crouched down. This time, I didn't care about the mud. I pressed a hand to her forehead.
Because you pissed me off.
Gold light blew up in my palm. Mind storm. No mind control here, just pure destruction. Rachel screamed her last. I shoved the memories of 10,000 shadow spawn into her brain. The hunger, the rot, the absolute despair. She died 10,000 times in her head. Her head exploded. The slaughter lasted all night. But I didn't let the horde eat everyone. Old Arthur woke up, leg broken, but his eyes were still kind. And that one guard, the one who tried to stop them from chaining me, I let them live. Along with a few dozen who couldn't stomach the show, or who cried for me, the ones who cheered, the ones who tied the knots, they were already monster shit. Dawn broke. I sat on top of the ruins. A void lord flattened itself on the dirt, making a throne for me. Kale stood by my side.
Kale.
Yeah?
I looked at my dirty rags, at my ash-covered skin.
My robe is ruined.
Kale smiled. He walked to the enchanted war truck, pulled out a metal case and opened it. Inside was a dark red gothic gown, black thorns stitched into the hem. Kale dropped to one knee.
I knew this day would come, so I had this ready. The white princess dress got dirty. Time for the red queen's gown.
I stared at the dress. My slit pupils gleamed. I ran a hand over the fabric.
Pretty.
3 months later, a new city stood in the north. No high walls, no guard towers. The gates stayed wide open, guarded by a very special army. 100,000 shadow spawn in perfect formation. In the center of the city stood a palace. A young girl lived in the penthouse. She liked sweet honey tea. They brought her fresh elven honey and dawn blossoms every single day. Nobody whined about special treatment anymore, 'cause they all knew. If she was happy, the whole world stayed bright. If she frowned, all hell broke loose. Marcus pushed the door open. Kale kept peeling grapes for me. Didn't even look up.
My queen, a new survivor group wants in. Leader is a lightning mage, real cocky, says he wants to challenge Kale.
Send him in.
I leaned back on the couch, caught the grape Kale fed me.
Cocky?
I chuckled.
Hope he lasts longer than Rachel.
After all, my temper isn't what it used to be.